let's get going into this, okay? Number one, how you hold the guitar. And now I'm an advocate for holding the guitar what is called the classical position. When people tend to hold the guitar what they think is normal, like this. Now, I'm not saying it's wrong, and you're going to see a lot of amazing guitar players out there hold the guitar like this. But what I've seen over the years with a lot of beginners is that the beginners that hold the guitar like this, they progress slower. So again, these are from my experiences with teaching. When you hold the guitar like this, it doesn't ergonomically line up to your fretting arm very well. Okay, especially when you want to have access to the higher frets, it gets a little odd. You got to twist your torso, some weird things happen. I'm a big advocate of holding the guitar classical position. Okay, it's centered to your body. The guitar is holding itself up. If you hold the guitar like this hand has to, at certain points, help you hold the guitar up. So basically, you're teaching a beginner virgin hand. You're giving it two jobs when it just needs to learn how to start fretting and using your fingers. So, very important, I like to get people holding the guitar classical position like this. Sometimes a few minutes a night, just sitting and holding the guitar like this, it might feel a little weird at first, but you get used to it very quickly. You want to start with a half-decent guitar. Again, guys, I've talked about this in other videos. I don't want to take up our time here talking about these things. If you're starting with a guitar that is a hand-me-down from your family, like it's been sitting in the cellar for a while, it might have damage done to it. The neck might be warped. The strings are probably really gross. At the very least, take it in to a reputable music shop and get it fixed, get the strings changed so you have new strings. Old strings are really gross. You don't want to be playing with those. Let the guitar have a little bit of love and go from there. So, first thing I tell people, assuming we have all that done, get used to holding the guitar classical position. If you're comfortable holding the guitar like this, then we can comfortably move forward and hopefully you're going to make faster progress than if you're doing all these other things that are going to start holding you back. Okay? So, next thing we're going to talk about is the strings. The names of the strings go E, A, D, G, B, E. When we start playing, our natural instinct is to strum. So if we first learn a chord, we want to start strumming right away. A lot of bad natural instincts in the beginning of the guitar. But the problem is, if we start doing that right away when we start learning chords and we're getting this, we don't have the chords sounding clean, we're reinforcing a bad habit. We're doing something wrong and we're teaching ourselves to do it wrong. Again, guys, this is about being as efficient as possible, getting you to where you want to be as fast as possible. The urge for this is that we learn to pick the chords first. So I like to get people starting off picking the strings first. So we start here on the low E string, down, 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 up, 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 down, down. Just getting into a pattern like that, really slow. Our natural tendency is to drag the pick over the strings. And we don't want to do that. That's very bad. As an example why. If we were playing a very common song that beginners want to learn how to play, let's use House of the Rising Sun as an example, okay? And I was double picking like that and dragging the pick, we would have this. Does that sound nice? No, we want this. So guys, I'm telling you, get used to picking the strings first and getting into that habit of going up in the high E string. E, A, D, G, B, E. Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie. Get used to that. So we're setting a little plan up here for the week. Get used to holding the guitar classical style and also get used to picking the strings. Now, as a beginner, having not used a metronome, which is very important for practicing, which we will get into in coming lessons, you want to keep yourself going really slow. Beginners will have a tendency to really start speeding up, and you don't want that. Because the faster you go when you don't have something down, it's more likely that you're going to start making mistakes. So we have two things so far, okay? Setting up a direct plan for you with your practicing. Holding the guitar, classical position, slowly learning how to pick the strings, and then we're going to memorize the names of the strings. So that's 3 things right there. We're training our right hand, and we're memorizing the names of the strings, okay? So that right there is a very good beginner basic lesson for an absolute beginner. Is it the most exciting? No. But it's a small amount of work that you can chew on, work on, and get it down for your next lesson. Do not go to the next lesson until you have this material down. It's like building a building. If we don't have our foundation built, you can't keep building higher floors, right? So guys, we can consider that our most basic lesson 1. So we got some tips in there. 3 goals to accomplish. 3, so shadow on my face. 3, get used to holding the guitar. Number 2, memorizing the names of the strings and doing that picking exercise very slowly. I would do that 10 minutes a day. And then when you have it down, we'll go on to lesson number 2. Remember folks, practice hard, practice smart, and we'll see you soon.